What if your student support was student-led? What if instead of one adult trying to meet all the needs of hundreds of students were helping to meet each other's needs? What if both students and staff could grow their social-emotional strengths together? EduGuide is a nonprofit program that provides an efficient way to realize that vision. Hi, I'm Brian Taylor, the founder of EduGuide, and in the next few minutes I'd like to share with you how we could help your students and staff grow your learning community. EduGuide's program grew out of the National Next Gen Challenge to rethink how student support works from elementary school through college. The challenge? Figure out a system to improve behaviors, narrow gaps, and increase college career success while still fitting within the limits of a typical school day. Out of more than 100 other models, EduGuide was selected for a grant. More funding followed from the Kellogg Foundation, Ford Fund, and others, and our nonprofit model is now spreading nationwide. How did EduGuide tackle the challenge? By turning the negatives of traditional student support into positives. Today, most support is reactionary, driven by negative behaviors. The more negatives, the more support. But that means some students don't get the support they need. Some are just more introverted. Some just don't get caught. And for cultural reasons, some may not speak up or get heard. At the same time, some high-performing students also get missed, because high grades can also hide high anxiety, depression, and other issues. As everyone agrees, reactive support systems leave a lot of equity gaps. And that's how EduGuide won the national challenge. We help schools become more proactive than reactive, turning negatives into positives. Each of your students learns to mentor and encourage their peers. They practice passing on mindsets, habits, and skills that research shows help people reach their goals. They become a network of first responders, the first to see who needs help, the first to hear when a friend is struggling, and come alongside them. Because, let's face it, there's a lot students never tell us. And together, they grow a safe, positive community of purpose that helps everyone thrive. Research shows that this sense of purpose plays a powerful role in student success. Dr. Angela Duckworth won the MacArthur Genius Award for her research showing how grit, or persistence, could be as important to student success as IQ. But fewer people know that she later looked into the sources of grit with Dr. David Yeager and others in a study on the role of purpose in students' lives, especially the prosocial purpose of helping others. They found that students with higher levels of purpose were almost twice as likely to stay in college 1 year after high school as their peers with low purpose. It made a big difference in younger grades too, where they found that high-purpose students were better at short-term goals like completing homework. So we knew that EduGuide's purpose-driven mentoring model could create something really powerful, both when students are helped and when they're helping others. But to meet the challenge, we still had to figure out how to fit it into the school day. So we built a curriculum based on control group research, social emotional learning activities to get the biggest impact in the shortest time. We then broke those down into 15-minute modules and spaced them out to just once a week. To make it easier, we minimized teacher prep. So once a week, teachers just asked students to jump on a phone or computer and do a warm-up writing activity on EduGuide for the first 15 minutes of class. And to make it even easier, we aligned EduGuide activities with ELA standards. So in an English, advisory, or other class, students are building reading and writing skills while they also grow their character. There's even optional extra content if teachers want to go deeper during the week. And then we end each activity with a challenge, where students choose how they will practice helping others during the week with what they learned. Each week, they can help the same person or someone else, and the next week they report back. So week by week, helping others deepens their purpose along with the skills to achieve it. It's a powerful model built on simple steps that leads to long-term growth for students, staff, and schools. EduGuide is also kind of fun. Here's what it looks like on a laptop or tablet, and here's what it looks like on a phone. Students say it feels like instant messaging, but it's a whole lot safer because it's on our secure platform, and only your staff and ours can see their comments. We went through many versions of this platform before we realized that students were already showing us the best way to engage them, so we wrote our whole curriculum as a conversation. It's an interactive, guided reflection. We write a little bit, and they write a little bit back. It's a simple design to get students writing who may feel stumped staring at a blank sheet of paper. And EduGuide's bite-sized format also makes it simpler for students to build their critical reading skills. With insights from our research partners at Stanford, we built tools to support English learners and others. Students can click on any word and get a low literacy definition, see a translation, or hear an audio version. And every word they learn goes into a personal glossary they and their teachers can continue to use to build their vocabulary. Each EduGuide activity engages students in a role play, scenario, or video. This one tells the story of the runner Derek Redmond, who was expected to win a gold medal but then fell short with an injury. In a remarkable show of resilience, he gets back up and continues toward the finish. Along the way, his father comes to his side and helps him complete his race. It's an inspiring moment, and students write about what it means to them. Later in the conversation, we help students think through how they might live that out when they face setbacks in their own life. Next, we ask how they might also want to be more like Derek's father in the story, coming alongside others when they struggle. It naturally leads into the students' weekly EduGuide challenge, reflecting on who they could be an encouragement to that week. EduGuide also provides a powerful way for teachers and other staff to build bonds with students around what students say is important to them. A shared moment like this one tells students their teacher cares about them as a person, building a sense of belonging that helps them listen and learn more throughout the week. With EduGuide, staff can quickly see what's on their students' hearts and minds, something hard to do in any other way with more introverted or distant students. At a glance, they know where each student is at, and with a click, they can see how they can support them. Teachers can simply give students a thumbs up to encourage them or post a quick response to get them to reflect deeper and write more. Staff report that the relationships they invest in with EduGuide deliver big results for them throughout the week. Students listen better, they're more self-motivated and curious, and they come to class better prepared. They do more homework, manage stress better, and get better grades. And just as important, staff say EduGuide helps them grow too. They understand their students at a deeper level. They can then adjust how they work with students to narrow equity gaps. And the next time a student gets upset or distracted, they have more positive ways to keep them engaged. That's how EduGuide's simple steps lead to real growth for everyone. Any class can host EduGuide activities. English, advisory, or social studies are most common. While the students are doing their EduGuide activities once a week, the teacher simply replies to some of them. Other staff can also benefit by adopting a class to mentor. The commitment is simple. 15 minutes once a week, they'll jump on their computer and reply to students. They can even do it from their phone at their convenience. It's an efficient way to build bonds that benefit everyone. EduGuide can grow to engage your whole school community, staff and students, in coaching each other to bring out their social-emotional strengths. Staff can also choose to create their own custom groups. A counselor may follow students they meet with regularly. A basketball coach can follow her team members. And the assistant principal can follow students they want to build a positive relationship with. EduGuide makes professional development simpler too. Staff can learn how to launch the program in 1 hour and start their students as soon as they like. That's because EduGuide enables staff and students to learn together, building shared norms and practices. PD activities parallel what students are learning and provide extra tips for teachers. It's bite-sized too, averaging 15 minutes, so staff can learn one thing to work on that week. And because the PD is self-paced, staff can use it any time on any phone or computer at their convenience. The PD activities not only help staff grow how they coach, they also help staff grow the practices and strengths to tackle the obstacles they face every day. We've covered a lot, but if there's one thing you take away from our time together, I hope it will be how EdgeAGuide can contribute to a special kind of school community, a community of purpose. It's a place where each student is engaged in looking for ways to bring out the strengths of those around them. And it's a place where every student knows a caring adult who understands their story and is coaching them to become their best self. It creates a virtuous circle that strengthens each year. Our nonprofit would love to partner with you in growing your school's community together. Please get in touch.